Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Please welcome back to another episode of Football Gupshup. Friends, if you could please subscribe to this channel, as well as if you could press the bell button icon so you can receive new notifications for the latest episodes. Friends, if you could also please share this channel with your family and friends on various social networks. It would be really helpful and kind. So looking on our thumbnail, we could see what we'll be talking about today in today's episode. We'll be speaking about Newcastle United transfer plans. We're going to speak about what Newcastle United are going to do behind the scenes and what they are planning to do next in the coming January transfer window, as well as the summer transfer window. So what we're going to do is we're going to speak about Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe is the new manager of Newcastle United. Everybody knows Eddie Howe from the days of Bournemouth. Apparently, he brought Bournemouth into Premier League, and he made them a very good side. He likes to play attractive football. He is a very good manager, although his reputation took an ill turn when he got Bournemouth relegated to the Championship. And right now, he is the current Newcastle United manager. He was the second favorite after Unai Emery, and Unai Emery apparently he refused to take Newcastle United job. So after that, the new board owners, they went for Eddie Howe. So we're gonna do is we're gonna basically speak about what Newcastle United are going to do in the transfer window. Are they going to go for new players? Are they going to spend a lot of money? As everybody knows, they're backed up by the new Saudi back owners. They have a lot of money. And they can what they can do is, if they would want, they could go out and spend almost 300 million based on reports, and that's a lot of money. And they can bring in like 3 or 4 or 5 new players in, but it seems that it's going to be pretty hard to bring them in the month of January, because it's in between the season, and teams, they don't tend to do business as much as they would want to, unless they are in desperate position, or unless they want to bring in some cash, and they want to go big in for some play when they come around summer transfer window. So what we're going to do is we're going to speak about what Newcastle are looking at this moment. The latest reports which have come in the news is about Newcastle are apparently going to look out for new technical director, meaning they were going to look for a new director of football. There have been 2 new names which have come in regard to that position. One is Michael Emenalo. He used to be the director of football back in Chelsea. He was the one who apparently found Kevin De Bruyne, and he brought Eden Hazard. And it seems that Emenalo is the current favorite who could join Newcastle United in the capacity of director of football. And it will be really surprising if he comes in and joins Newcastle. And what he did back in Chelsea, he could do the same thing at Newcastle. The other name which comes in is of Michael Edwards. He was the director of football at Liverpool. Apparently, he brought in Mohamed Salah and as well as Virgil van Dijk. And apparently, he has left the Liverpool position, and he has become a hot name because he had a working relationship with Eddie Howe back at Portsmouth. So we could see Eddie Howe working with Michael Edwards, and that would turn out to be quite a partnership. So what Newcastle United board are trying to do is they're trying to bring in director of football, which will help them to make good decisions based on football. What they could do is they can bring a person who is pretty good at finding a player, and then making a kind of a team which would reflect how and where they want to go in terms of the way they perceive in terms of, because everybody is expecting that if they come in and if they start buying off players like QPR did back in 2013 and you could say starting in this previous decade. So you could say that the way QPR spend money was pretty bad example of how you spend the money in terms of buying players. So what you need to do is you need to lay out your homework, and what you need to do is you will need to work out on what kind of players you require, what kind of manager do you have, what kind of philosophy your manager wants to establish, what kind of football do you want to play. And based on that, the 2 names which have come up in the reports suggest that Eddie Howe will have someone who will help him in order to establish a team. So we could see pretty much most of the names going out in the current squad, and we could see some new names coming in. So we're going to discuss some of the targets which they could apparently try to, you could say, try to bring it in. The position which I've seen in which they need to bring in players are mostly in defense as well as in midfield. In terms of attacking, they have a pretty good attacking lineup in Maximin, and they also have Wilson. So you could say the current setup which is right now, and due to the availability of players which they could manage to get, are pretty much limited. But what they will try to do is they will try to find out some targets, and they will try to see if they could get them. So the name I've selected for the right back position is Nodi Mukiele. He apparently plays for RB Leipzig. It will be pretty hard to price Mukiele right now from Leipzig, but if Newcastle could offer good money, they would be willing to sell Mukiele. Then going on to the left back position, we could definitely see someone among the likes of Tagliafico from Ajax. He is 29 years old. Not a good in terms of age, but he could be a better prospect in terms of currently what's available in the market right now. Other than that, we have Grimaldo from Benfica. He is a pretty good shout out. He could also play for Newcastle United, and we could see Grimaldo playing for Newcastle United as a left back. Then going on to the centre back position, we've heard the name of Travosky from Burnley. He might be coming out on a free signing, or he could be signed up for less money, but it seems pretty hard. What I can see is they could go out and they could apparently go and get Romagnoli from Milan. He's a pretty good player, and his contract is almost finishing, and Milan would need money. And if they go and sign Romagnoli from Milan, then that would be a pretty good signing. Moving on, what other name they can get in centre back? The most important name which came out in the mind was of Felipe from Lazio, as well as Koulibaly from Napoli. Napoli, everybody knows that they would require money, and if Newcastle want to really make, you could say, a sound name signing, then Koulibaly would be a perfect signing for them. Going on, moving towards the midfield players, there were a lot of midfield names, you could say, that which could Newcastle target, but most of them which are being reported in the newspaper are coming from Manchester United, such as Lingard or Van de Beek. But I think it seems that it's going to be a little bit harder for Newcastle to price them away from Manchester United, whereas they could go outside Premier League and they could go out and sign a name, because apparently the news came in that Newcastle United are going to find pretty much hard to do business in the Premier League, because the clubs are not going to sell them any player. So it's going to be a little bit tough for them to sign any player from Premier League. But in the end of the day, the money talks, so we could say that you should never say never. Anyway, the name which I've shortlisted for them that they could sign from Premier League is Ruben Neves. Everybody knows that Wolves, they require money. They were willing to sell Ruben Neves in summer. Manchester United were also in the circle, which sounded that Ruben Neves might move as a defensive midfield signing for Manchester United. But in the end, United board, they were happy with what they had with the signing of Varane, Sancho and Ronaldo. So we could see Ruben Neves moving out to Newcastle United if Newcastle United put out a good amount of money, which Wolves would be able to not refuse, and they would straight away accept it. Other than that, the other name which comes into the mind is you could say that it could be a little bit harder, but they could go out and sign Bissouma from Brighton. Bissouma is a very good name. Brighton wouldn't require any money, but if Newcastle United would go in for Bissouma in summer transfer window, you could say that they could sign him up. And if they get Ruben Neves and Bissouma, it will be a pretty much good midfield as what they have currently right now. Moving on to the next, you could say in terms of attacking wise, they would want to sign somebody in attack. You could say Zaha is a pretty good shout out, but other than Zaha, it seems that Ismaili Sarr from Watford would be also a very good signing. You could see him turning up for Newcastle United. He's a very good player. He's done pretty good. And you could say that Ismaili Sarr would be a pretty good signing for Newcastle United. He could play on the wing with Maximin. in either of the position, either on the right wing or on the left wing, and he would be a very good, you could say, a pair with Maximin, and they would be a very good attacking potent side with him in it. And the other striker which I was going through, what I found was there were two names which came to my mind, and it seems that you could add another one, but three names, you could say, at least two of them you could say that Newcastle United should be able to sign them in summer. One of them is Ikone, he plays from Lille. Other than that, you could say Zapata from Atalanta. He is a little bit older than Ikone, and any of those two would work for Newcastle United. The other name which came to mind was of Jimenez from Wolves. He's also 30 years old, but if Wolves want to get in good money for Jimenez, it will be right now, as otherwise they won't be able to get more money later in 1 or 2 more years. So if Newcastle would want to sign a striker, you could say they could go out for Ikone and Jimenez. And this is what I think that Newcastle should be targeting, what kind of players they should be getting. And if they're able to get these players, then Newcastle will be a very good side. But what they're trying to do is trying to get in director football, which is a very good thing. And any of them, if they get like Michael Emenalo or Michael Edwards, it'll be a pretty good thing for Newcastle United, and it'll be heading in the right direction. So folks, that's it. Thank you very much for watching Football Gupshup. This is what I had for today's episode. Please keep in watching Football Gupshup. Please subscribe to this channel. Please press the bell button icon. If you could please share this channel with your family and friends on various social network groups, it would be really kind. And as well as if you could also put in comments if you would want to hear anything more about, or if you want to make a video on about any other club or any other topic, I would be very much welcome to the comments. So thank you very much for watching Football Gupshup. See you in the next episode. Thank you.